Hey guys, you're watching Simon and Ali. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Nether Castle, episode 21. And I've just spent the last 15 or 20 minutes trying to come up with a chain design that I liked. My initial idea, my initial plan was to have a chain like attached to the tower that then drooped down and then like drooped into the lava. And I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to do it. I didn't know the scale of the chains. I didn't know sort of anything to do with the design of them. So I had a bit of a play about, and I didn't like it. I came up with 2 or 3, 4-ish sort of chain designs, and I didn't like them for multiple reasons. Number one, I didn't like them actually being attached to the castle itself. It just looked wrong. It got in the way of the perspective of a lot of the good shots, making the castle visible. And it just didn't suit. It just didn't suit the building. But I still want chains. And you know, last episode, when we were building the blacksmith here, I sort of came up with the idea of that these are like god weapons, like giant... Hey little pig man. Giant demon weapons that the huge monster of the area would hold. I thought, well, we could use chains, like 2 chains hanging down the sky from the sky or from the ceiling of the Nether, with like giant handcuffs on the end, and that at one point maybe he was held here with his arms up, you know, chained up to his wrists, do you know what I mean? And he was stuck here until they needed him to fight, and then they'd given the weapons, release him, and he would go off and destroy everything. And I thought that was a pretty cool idea, so let's try that. If I want to do the chains, I don't want to do them too far away from the castle, so I think I'm going to do them here. And the way that we're going to do these chains, my favourite design that I came up with was, let's start off actually, not with silverfish, bad idea. Let's start off with some stone bricks, just to make like an attachment point to it. So we're going to do these. The chains are 3 blocks wide, 1 block deep, 5 blocks long. So we need 5 blocks wide, just to make it fit in nicely, like this. We need... 1, 2, 3, like that. That's where the chain's gonna be. Take that way. I know it's very dark. I tell you what, we'll hit ourselves with the splash potion, shall we? And then we can at least see while we're doing this. There we go. Take these out. That always annoys me when people don't do that. It's just a petty thing of mine. And that one there, it just looks like it's actually in the top of the building then. And you know what we're going to do is we're going to do a similar design to what we done on the floor. And I'm actually going to make it drop down thinner and then come back out wide again. It just makes it look a little bit more interesting. You're never going to come up here and look at this part anyway. You know, at best you're just going to look at the chains from the ground. But at least we know that there's some sort of structure up there holding it. And then the chain... how did I end up being 4 blocks wide? That's not right. Take that away. Take that away. That can just be removed. Take those away. There we go. So that's where the chain's going to start. Or did I do it the other way? Oh, I don't know. I like that. I think that's good. And then we're going to come 5 blocks down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to end that chain off. Yeah, that's a pretty good location. I do like how the cobblestone walls look very blue. They've sort of got a bluey, purpley tint to them. But anyway, what we're going to do is then switch around, again do 5 blocks down, and then go back this way again for 5 blocks. And as you can see, they sort of fit together like a big heavy duty chain, not like a bicycle chain. Bicycle chains are different. These are sort of the strong metal types that are used by cranes to pick up heavy boats and stuff out of the water, and we're using this to hold what would be a giant monster. A giant zombie pigman or something like that. Maybe Herobrine himself. Yeah, I like that. But I think it should come down further. I really like this style of chain though in this fashion. As you might be able to tell if we attach this to that tower there and had it droop down with some diagonal ones. You might imagine that this chain is very, very big. And when we attach it to the building, it really didn't look good. You're going to have to just trust me on that it didn't work. And when I don't like something, there's a pretty good chance that you guys wouldn't have liked it either. Ooh, burp. Because we're we're sort of quite similar in what we like on these series and what we don't like. So it's good. It means we have the sort of same mindset. And probably means that we're right as well. Okay, so then here, what we're going to do is, I think, build the handcuff bit. A giant round sleeve that would hold our wrist of our monster. So if we done like this, then this, it's going to make the hole very small at the minute, but we can always enlarge it. It's going to run out. Flash me. There we go. And then maybe if we take that out. Oh, I missed one little iron block there. I think that looks, yeah, look at that. I really, really, really like that. And then if we had another one, that could look really, really cool. Okay, let's do another one over here. Let's try and get it in line, if possible, somewhere like here. They're going to be at slightly different heights, I fully expect. What is this, a 5x5? Yeah. They're going to be at slightly different heights, I fully expect, because this part of the nether ceiling is 2, maybe 3 blocks below the other one, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, and then we can chisel this out, and then put this in, and then make it larger again. Yeah, I don't mind them being at slightly different heights. It sort of makes sense. It makes it a little bit more organic. It doesn't quite look as staged and set up as it would otherwise. We'll start it again this way, down here. And the chains are quite easy to build to do. I chose iron because we haven't used iron in this build so far, but it does make sense to have iron in the area. Obviously, there has to be gold, even though you can't get gold in the nether. They have to get gold somehow because all the zombie pigmen have gold. So I think that they probably get iron in some places as well. Those big iron swords that we made in the blacksmith for this monster that would be here, that is missing for some reason. He must have got iron for his sword somewhere. Maybe they get it from the overworld. Maybe it is hidden in the nether that we don't know about. I like doing these sort of conspiracy stories. I like it, yeah. Gets your mind working really well. You get full of ideas, don't you? Keep going down. Yeah, it would be so cool. So make it out of iron. They're nice and strong. Obviously, it's stronger than what stone would be. I think if these chains were made out of stone, they would probably break pretty easy with a big monster. But maybe a iron, at least to me, feels a little bit stronger. I want this one to come down one more, and then we'll put that loop on the bottom. Okay, and then the loop starts here. We done this and this. I think I'm going to build it in the same way as I did last time, so build it wrong and then take out those middle points that we done last time. It's just so I know exactly how I done it then. I've still got it in my memory. And then and then we take out those 4 and we get the other chain. So it's not actually that far off. I think it's 1 block below. So I really like that. Let's wait for our night vision potion to run out. Oh yeah, I like that. That's really eerie. It looks like something is actually missing from there. I like that. And then on this side, we can now splash ourselves again. On this side, we're going to do hanging traps, if you like, with hopefully villagers in them. I don't want to do big old chunky chains for this one. I think it would be better for us to just use iron bars. Oh, I suppose we have used iron in the build. We have used iron bars in other places, haven't we? Is it running out already? There we go. So we'll hang this down. We need it down far enough to be able to be seen. We can have them at different heights as well. And I think we're going to do a nice little stone cap on them. We want them small. We don't want them big, obviously. And I think if we do... Oops. If we do something... Oh, cobblestone walls might look better than iron. If we do it like this. And then have this on the bottom. Oh, that looks like an evil cage. And then we can put the villager in there. Now, you're not going to be able to see him that well from down on the ground. But we can have him at different heights. At least we have got one in there. Oh, yeah, I like that. So we'll have another one slightly more towards the middle of the bridge here and slightly lower than the other one as well. Keep coming down. One more, like that. And then we'll put another one in here. I tell you what, doing this series may have made me a psychopath. Building this nether castle may possibly have turned me into a psychopath torture genius, if I do say so myself. I like that. 3, I think, would make sense. I think we'll have the third one actually right over the bridge, and we'll have it in a rough triangle to the other 2. And this one be the lowest one? Maybe not quite that low. Maybe like here. Maybe that one. I think that makes sense. Evil laugh. Alright. There. I think villagers make sense more than anything else. I was thinking about zombies or zombie pigmen and stuff like that. Skeletons even. But villagers just seem to be more evil by putting those in there instead. Oh yeah, I really like that. That's add a little bit more detail to this outside, a little bit more to look at before you reach the castle down this bridge. You can see the villager in there. And you should be able to see the villager in this second one at least as well. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can just see his little head. Awesome. Amazing. I love it. We've got 1 minute 20 of night vision. I'm actually going to get rid of that with some milk. Just so we can see what it looks like. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. That gives a lot of atmosphere out here. I like it. I do really, really like it. Alright. Hey there. Aren't you meant to be jumping? There we go. I thought so. Downstairs, the layout is now complete for downstairs. These 2 rooms... Hey, you get everywhere, don't you? These rooms are now... Or this room is complete. I don't think we want anything around there. Maybe we could put a little... Oops. A little unit, kitchen unit, if you like, around the side here. Just because it looked a little bit blank. We can put it all the way around the back if we like, can't we? And up this way. I think that'll just add a little bit more to it. But we don't really want too much in the kitchen. Redstone on the floor was one thing that people said to look like blood. I like that idea in the kitchen. So we'll have a little bit of blood. No. No. I like them being dots. Why does it join up like that? Is there redstone? There must be redstone below there or something like that. Put a little bit of blood around here. Is that a line? No, yeah, there must be redstone there. I forget where it is. Alright, so there's a little bit of blood on the floor in the kitchen. That makes an awful lot of sense. The dining room is now complete with cakes and everything. We need to do detail in here. We need to add some decoration and stuff. But the throne is complete. The walls are complete. The dragon's complete. The ceiling's complete. And then in here, we've got the layout of the blacksmith done. I'm still not sold on, like it's still not completed. I love that. I think we need some bookshelves in here to look like maybe how to forge the old style metal that doesn't break and stuff like that. God knows how he forged a sword so big in that. Maybe he used all the lava outside. That's probably the more correct answer, isn't it? I like the little forge over here, the little sort of one. And then we've got the big main one that can be toggled on and off. I might turn it off, in fact. I might leave it like that. But I really don't know what to put in here. You guys obviously sent through a load of suggestions. Yeah, I like them. You guys said to do something with the floor in here. That was one of the main ones. To add like a giant rug in. That will definitely make the room look more complete. So I think if we go to clay here. I think if we go with... Let's go with a different colour. Maybe like a darker grey for the outside. And then like a lighter one for the inside. So if we do... how many blocks is that? That's 3 blocks on this side. So we'll do 3 out on there as well. And then we'll run this down here. People always ask, how do I change blocks so quickly? Like, how am I so accurate on the triggers to do that? Well, there's a little bit of a trick. It takes a little bit of practice. Oops. But there is a very simple trick. It's not special at all. I'm basically just holding down both triggers at the same time. Is it that one that it needs to be on? Yeah. I'm holding down both triggers at the same time. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm holding down both triggers at the same time. But you need to get it right. You can only go at a maximum of 10 blocks using this method. If you hold it down for too long, let me just get past this table. Oops, otherwise that happens. Boop. Nope, that way. There we go. If you go past 10 blocks, well, usually between 7 and 8 is safe. But if I click and drag, let me go like that. This side would probably be better to demonstrate. See if we can go all the way. There you go. If I keep going though, well, I actually went all the way then. But eventually the place block will catch up with the break block. It's very weird how it does it. But it doesn't quite fill it all in properly. It sort of goes a little bit cack. Let's try it again. Oops, this way. Like so. There you go. So then it goes a little bit funny. But it usually does sort of line itself back up again. It's a very quick way to replace like a whole floor if you needed to. Oops. Oh, shoot. I tried ever so hard to not break that. That one. There we go. So yeah, rug on the floor. This will really fill the room up a lot more. We won't really have to put as much on the walls and stuff. You don't want too much in here. We're not starting on upstairs this episode. Upstairs or the upper floor will probably be started on next episode. Do I need to... Oh, I've got one to do. Can I get that one? Yes. Do I need to do this one too? Yep. Wonderful. That means that table's in the middle as well. That's perfect then. I didn't even realise that we had done that in the middle. Maybe we'll put a little bit of darker brown in the middle here as well. Looks like a little bit of a plain mat or floor at the moment. So maybe we'll have something like that on this side. Obviously on that side it doesn't matter because the table's over the top of it. So we'll do something like, oops, that. And I don't think you'd be able to see any of it on this side. Maybe one block. Wait a minute. If we had... Let's just do the design on top of the table just so we can see it for the minute. I know it's the wrong block. It would be... that one you'd be able to see. There we go. Oh, shoot. There. Okay. And then in the middle here, we'll have another one that sort of breaks up. How many is that? 5 blocks between it. That makes a lot of sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One there. And then I need to go underneath that cauldron again. And cauldron's going to be the death of me. Alright, wonderful. There's a nice, interesting mat on the inside. That really does make the room look a lot more complete. I really don't want to add too much more. There's not much more to add. We've got a little armory here. We've got anvils. We've got 2 forges. We've got big swords. We've got a bookshelf. We've got a big round table here. Maybe a couple of seats wouldn't hurt around here. Like, I don't want them on this side. We'll just have, oops, like that. Just a couple of seats on either side here. And we'll do our fence and item frame design. Like so. I got hiccups coming. Not hiccups, sneeze, sorry. Not hiccups. Oh, trying to place fences, item frames while sneezing. That's a tricky one. Oh, I feel so much better. Ah, I can breathe again. Wonderful. Alright, so I think that room's complete. We've just got this sort of center one to complete now. Obviously, some of you, it's a split decision between these leaves. A lot of you are saying it makes absolutely no sense having leaves in the Nether. I know what you mean, but I think it looks really, really nice. I think it suits the place as well in a very strange way. How are these ones getting on? Are these still burning? They are still burning. I'm going to actually replace them back again and see if they disappear again. Because they haven't disappeared since they burnt the first time. I'm pretty sure they're still the same ones that were on fire. So we'll leave that there. But then the other half of you said that you really like it, like me. Oh yeah, by the way, I fixed the quartz design that you guys let me know about in the comment section. Apparently I missed a quartz block, so I fixed that. I did notice it in the end. So what do we want to do in here? I don't really want to add any more lava. I don't think. Maybe we can have a lava chute coming. No, I don't want any more lava in here. I really, really don't. Maybe a couple of tables in this sort of larger area. Small square ones, maybe with pistons. So we'll grab that. We'll grab that. Let's try it on this side, and if we like it, we can always match it on the other side. This is always a tricky part to do. This is so horrible. There we go. We're away. And then let's get it in line with the door. That is in line with the door. So we'll just do maybe out to here, which is 4 blocks in from that side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's have a little bit more room on this side to be able to walk through. And then we'll have maybe 5 blocks wide would make sense. And then have the redstone blocks down here. Those redstone blocks go really well with lava. That gives me an idea for, maybe not on this series, but a floor design. If you imagine lava and then redstone blocks like this, right? And then put glass between. Obviously, we're not going to do it here. But if you were making a map or something. I mean, how cool does that look? It's light. It doubles up as lighting as well. So you'd have a super bright looking floor. I really like that. As like a puzzle map or something like that. That could work. Okay, so I'll put this nice big table in here. Maybe we can have a table on one side and something else on the other side. I sort of like the idea of having a table on both sides. It's not a dining table, obviously, because we've already got a nice one of those in the actual dining room. But maybe for the guards and stuff like that. Oh, and it's the perfect size to fit a neat amount of chairs in. I'll do the item frames and stuff later. Do I like it there, or would I prefer the chairs to be closer to the table? Get out of the way, zombie pigmen. I think I prefer them to be closer, like they're tucked in. They're neat. They're not, they're not the type of untidy people that leave their chairs untucked. And then in here, I think it'd be great to have another red, and I think we're going to go with quartz mat in here. It's the sort of same design as what we've got in the middle there, so it makes sense. It's more of a themed room then. I just need to put that one that I accidentally broke as I slipped on my finger. We'll go to there, I think, which is 1 wider than the chair this way, and then 2 wider than the chairs in this direction. Oh, shoot. In this direction. I go right. No, then. If it goes right up to the wall, I don't like it. We'll go 1 wider than the ones in this direction. It's in line with that one. And I want to cut this off by 1 as well. There we go. Okay, perfect. Fill that in with red. Bookshelves can go around the outside. There's a lot of filler blocks that we can use. I just want to make sure it looks like it suits the throne room. A throne room is usually very, very empty. There's nothing ever in a throne room apart from the throne, because that's sort of what you want the focal point to be. That was the whole point of them. I think on top here we're going to go with a brown for on top of these here, just to give a little bit of a top. I don't like the tops of pistons for tables in most cases. Now we've got carpet, it makes so much more sense to do it like that. Yeah, I really do like that. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the middle one, get some brown wool to then put like so, with a birch wood fence, because that looks like wax in my opinion, and then put a normal torch on top. Why do they keep moving everything? I swear between episodes they keep moving all of the blocks. Yep, I like that. I like that. That makes it look... in fact, I really like just that in this middle room. So we'll have another one over there, and then that's going to be the throne room complete. I don't think I want anything more in here. It's going to look overcrowded if we do more. The dragons are starting to, or will start to be overthrown by the other things in the room, and we want those to be a sort of main feature as well as the heads and the throne and everything like that. The fires. We've got a lot of focal points in here. Why have I got leggings on? How did I do that? So yeah, we'll have another table over there. I might put maybe a couple of heads down in here on these upside down stairs. You're saying just use the black heads mostly. You guys were saying, so we shall do that. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 2, 3, like that. Just adds a little bit of detail. You can't really see them when you come into the room, but you can. Well, you sort of can, I suppose, if you look left and right. Yeah, I like that. Oh, that would be so cool. Is that better than... No, I like the buttons there too. That's a pretty cool addition. What about on the top? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that. I think that looks pretty cool. Now, what if we put a slab above it as well? Yeah, like that. Yeah, like it's in the middle of it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Made a little bit of a touch up in there. Hey there, Gas. That looks so weird. If you had never been to the Nether before and you had no idea that that was a ghast, that would scare the life out of you, wouldn't it? Alright, anyway, guys, we're going to leave the episode there. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you're not already, please subscribe. I'll put a table down over there, ready for the next episode. And then we'll be starting on the upper floor. Also, just before we end off, it was asked if maybe anvils would look better here. I think you're right. As much as I hate to admit it, no. I think you're right. If we change these out for anvils, it probably would look better. If that gas got out of the way, we'd have an excellent view of what we've done. Yeah, I like that. And then possibly using carpets again here. White would probably look nice. And string. We'll do more of this next episode. But we could put string on the floor here. In between. And then that allows us to then put white carpet on top as like a banister. I know what you guys mean. I know you didn't like having just the cobblestone walls there. I was trying to let it grow on you. And me as well. Because I wasn't 100% sold. I did like it, but I wasn't sold completely on it. But I think that looks better. I'm not sure about the carpets. Maybe slabs would be better. But anyway, I'm going to leave the episode there. We shall see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Bye!